Hi Aquarius, welcome. Hello, welcome. You guys are well. Hope you're doing good on this fabulous Tuesday morning. Welcome everybody. Got a tarot reading for Aquarius for Aries season. Tarot reading for Aquarius for Aries season. Remember guys, it's one question, one card, 1111 at PayPal Ruby Reads Tarot. To book a reading, visit www.rubyreadstarot.com. If you'd like to make a donation to the channel, it's Ruby Reads Tarot on PayPal. You could search it as Ruby at rubyreadstarot.com on PayPal. So, Aquarius, Nine of Pentacles. In a place of like real self-satisfaction, you know, the hard work's kind of paid off, and there you are in this place where you're surrounded by your comforts, you're surrounded by all of the things in life that make you feel good about life. And I feel like this has been a long time in the works, and I feel like there may have been ups and downs, but your focus and your attention on how you might need to be the priority has been kind of something you've been working on, especially since Saturn has gone into your sign, Jupiter also. Like, this is big expansion energy, Aquarius, and I think the potential of really feeling like you're on your best game at the moment, especially in Aries season, is going to be a month of just being quite lavish and luxury, like surrounding yourself with the luxury that you know you deserve and putting yourself forward, because finally it's time for you to put yourself forward and embrace the fact that, you know what, if you are plugging in, if you are doing the hard work, if you are clocking in and getting the work done, then you know what, the rewards speak for themselves, Aquarius. I think you've been working quite hard. I think there's been a lot that you've put on this being independent. I think it meant a lot to you, and I think you're finally embracing it, having come out of this Four of Pentacles, really having to hold on to finances and really grab quite tightly to what you know, what you have. That's a mind frame, Aquarius, so just check yourself on that, because it can be Eight of Swords, quite limiting. Tassini, welcome. Virgo Sun, Aquarius Rising. Good morning, Ruby. Good morning, Tassini. I hope you're well, my dear. So yeah, be very aware of the fact that hard work can result in the Nine of Pentacles, but you can also get stuck in this kind of energetic bubble where, or this is maybe the transition, how you might start the month off in a really like almost self-limiting, doubtful, very paranoid, almost like imprisoned. But do know that this is a prison of your own making. It is paranoia for sure. It's kind of really like stringing yourself up for no good reason. So be super mindful of how you view finances, especially if you're going to view them as limited. It's going to be limited. That's like self-fulfilling prophecy here. But the fact that there is a need for expansion, and when Jupiter is in Aquarius, there is like expansion like no other, because it is, you know, reaching for the sky and beyond, going beyond the stars and seeing what else one can find. So I think the season of Aries for you, Aquarius, is really going to highlight your relationship with finances, your internal dialogue, as well as what the two sides of that fence can ideally be for you. Do you know what I mean? Here is one that's really quite limiting. It's quite restrictive. It's quite aware of its lack, and it's holding on way too tight. It's not allowing for you flowing. And I think a lot of that might have to do with a frame of mind that is quite doubtful. It's quite afraid. So be super aware of that, Aquarius. This month, you have the potential of really actualizing this financial independence, this personal freedom, this confidence, this conviction. Might need to pay a little bit of attention to your communication at this time. Mercury is very much in Pisces, and it is quite free-flowing, and it doesn't really like this concept of lack, of fixating or ruminating or staying in a place that is perhaps keeping you less than or keeping you quite rigidly fixed in a frame of mind when it comes to your finances. So see what you can do to maybe expand your own consciousness through surrendering a lot of intellectual plugs that you have to things that are keeping you quite paranoid or keep deliberately keeping you fixed or small. This might really be a month of making headway when it comes to limitations, when it comes to things that feel imprisoning, when it comes to things that you know need overcoming, but can ideally, if you get your head right, can lead you to this independence, especially if it's financial independence that you're seeking. See what it is that you can do to break certain limiting beliefs or patterns of self-sabotage, perhaps even self-imprisonment. You've got to be very aware of how you're perceiving yourself, perceiving your finances, perceiving your freedom even. You're not stuck. It's literally a prison of your own making. But you can shift that really easily, Aquarius, to this Nine of Pentacles if you surrender control. And I think it's a lot of control that you might be having on your own mind. Control that you might be keeping yourself stuck in a small place. Control where you might really need to like blow the barriers in your mind and really start beginning to see the possibilities of what is potentially available to you, Nine of Pentacles in Aries season. So you really do get a shift of perspective this season, Aquarius. You kind of go from very limited and rigid and stuck to being in a really kind of confident, happy-go-lucky place. Five of Wands, that conflict card was in your last month's reading also. The Moon card, and we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and we've got the Six of Pentacles. There's a real big, heavy focus on your finances here, Aquarius. And I kind of want to put the finances to one side. Let's talk about, and not even where you wish to be. Let's talk about just this really simple message here. Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords. It seems as if there's some sort of conflict that surrounds you that kind of plays part and parcel to keeping you in a bit of a frame of mind, like a place where you are being made to feel less than. If there are people around you that might be triggering you, taunting you, making you feel less than, or just the energy of sheer conflict that is surrounding you, that conflict is completely pointless. It's a bit juvenile. It's like a total waste of energy. But the fact that it's having this effect on you, like you might need to really check in with your mental health at the moment and try and be as easy on yourself and as easy with the conflict. Just try and avoid it as much as possible right now, because it could even be conflict that happened in the past that still has this, you know, really paranoia kind of effect that it's left on you. It was conflict that made you feel like you couldn't move forward, or you were stuck, or you couldn't do anything. There's gonna be a time, I think, in Aries season, and I have a feeling it might be this full moon in Libra and then the new moon in Aries, where your attention kind of gets to, should you decide to handle this, gets to this financial evolution a bit. And I would pay attention to the sequence of the cards. We've got 4, 6, and 8. So it's a natural progression. And then after the 8, of course, comes a 9. So naturally, you are making natural progressions. It's natural pathways. It's natural career evolutions for you, or evolutions in financial creation, or the abundance that you're creating with yourself at the moment. Look, this moon, I think, is going to be a big deal for you this season. Aries season, the 2 moons this month can not only initiate a brand new start, but they are sort of cardinal starts. So they are leadership. It does ask for your leadership skills to be in place. You've got a map, or you've got a direction, you've got a destination here, and it is the 9 of Pentacles by the end of Aries season, to take yourself out of binds, restrictions, limitations, limiting beliefs, really holding on way too tight to the status quo, even financially speaking. You're being offered some sort of help, Aquarius, during Aries season, someone who can give you or exchange with you some sort of generous offer, or an equal give and take, or some sort of balance, or some sort of scales being balanced out. Something financially works out for you, Aquarius, where you feel like the scales are balanced. You're receiving some sort of offer. Money is being presented to you, and I think it might even be the prospect of a new job. It is, however, a really nice financial reward for you, which then gives you the potential to really get into the zone and really plug into the creation of this financial abundance, which by the end of the month leads you to this Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, by the end of Aries season. Okay. Now, Eight of Pentacles is you being very in the zone. And I'd like you to just pay a bit of attention to the two dualities that you might be faced with consciously here. You might be asked to pay a little bit of attention to. Let me just bring these cards up here again so you guys can get a good look. Okay, so we've got two eights here. We've got the Eight of Pentacles in the head energy for sure, but it's how one chooses to use that energy, that place, that, you know, the space in the head. Eight of Swords is quite restrictive. It's quite limiting. You know, that isn't even a prison, really. This is just a grim terrain with loosely bound ropes. I don't even think they're ropes. It just seems like toilet roll to me. And it's over her eyes and it's over her body. And she could really quickly and really easily wriggle herself out of the ropes and shimmy her way right on out of that like muddy terrain if she wanted to. And notice behind her that there's greenery, you know what I mean? Like if she just took that attention that she has on being really stuck or being really limited or being really burdened or really being a little bit paranoid. There's no other way of saying the Eight of Pentacles. It's being paranoid, really. It's being hyper aware of the lacks. Whereas if you flip the other side of the coin, it's the Eight of Pentacles. Here this person is totally in their zone. They've taken all of their focus, all of their attention, and they've put all of that into what they can do in order to create financial abundance for them. So this is a really important shift that you've got to be aware of. And it's important to do it at the beginning of this cycle because you know what? Technically, it's the beginning of the year. So shift this perspective, this doubt, this frustration, this paranoia, this feeling less than, the need for limitation, the need for binding yourself, which could really have come from all of this excessive conflict. But you've been invited now through the possibility of what you can create and the necessary help arriving when it does, to redirect your focus and redirect your attention towards creating something which will create financial abundance for you in the long term. If this is not a job, this is something you're creating yourself. But it really is you taking yourself out of the out of the confines of quite a limited, restrictive, you know, just holding yourself in a place that is really just, you know, it's limited. It's a bit grim, huh? Oh, Pat Anderson in the house. Hi, Ruby and the Aquarius brothers and sisters. I know Kenya Moore is a Virgo, but so Ruby, so maybe she's watching. Typo, she's an Aquarius. Who's Kenya Moore? I don't know who Kenya Moore is. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. This is kind of like a grim space, really. So see where it is that you can, maybe through affirmations or maybe through going to some places that encourage some sort of root chakra activation. Because the fertility and the abundance that surrounds this Nine of Pentacles is very much, it's Venusian energy for sure, but it is Earth energy. It is that very much that Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, earthy abundance, you know? material abundance kind of place, and it might serve you to get out of your head and away from this conflict. And using this full moon, which is very much about leadership, it is very much about pushing forward, it is very much about having your head in a place of charge and focus and direction, and then progressing, creating the stepping stone, creating the natural evolution within yourself, step by step, slowly, slowly, slowly. You know, it doesn't need to be, it's not jumping from the Four of Pentacles straight of the Nine of Pentacles. It's not doing that at all. It is being stepping out of a limitation and then stepping into this energy of possibilities, and then seeing that the help comes in. But you're kind of like in the right place at the right time. Gone with the Wind, Kenya Moore. Housewives of Atlanta. I'll have to Google her. I have no idea. So yeah. Four of Pentacles, Six of... Oh, it's not coming to me right now. I don't know. Four of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. It's an easy jump, but as long as you're aware of the fact that it's a Five of Pentacles that's missing here, which is almost about reaching source. It's getting to source. So if you adopt that mentality that the hard work or the hard bits are due to this excessive conflict, or due to conflict that may have taken in the past, that left you in a frame of mind that was really quite damaging to you, accept now that you can change the situation, and just the acceptance of the fact that, okay, I can change the situation is what gets you to source. It's an automatic level up to source. So once you're there, you're at the Six of Pentacles, and I think you'll become, your consciousness expands, and then the help that you need, the earth angels, or, you know, just the help that you need arrives. So be aware of the possibilities of help, especially in redirecting. It doesn't even need to be financial help. It could be a bit of advice that you get. It could be something that you see on the telly. It could be a bit of news that you read about in your emails or something, which redirects you. It redirects you. It can, of course, be help as well. It's the scales balancing out now. On the clock was 1717. So yeah, it is very much about the scales balancing out again. So see where it is that you can find balance. Once you find that balance, Aquarius, it's all about taking all of the energy that this man has and creating whatever this business is, because this business is going to be financially lucrative for you in the month of, in the season of Aries season. I think you will find that it's exactly that. Whatever you work on, however hard you try to get yourself out of this conflict, really channel into the cardinality of these full moons and the cycle that we're stepping into, which is leadership, which is putting one foot in front of the other, which is about evolution. And this happens then. You redirect your energy, you redirect your focus, and you're focused very heavily on the task at hand, because it's that's creating this fruitful, abundant, earthy garden. And that's a lot of root chakra work. And root chakra work can really take you out of excessive confidence or a lack of stability, or really feeling like you need to hold on to what you have. It's about feeling safe. It's about feeling secure. So somewhere along the line, and I wouldn't be surprised if it had anything to do with a lot of conflict that was surrounding you, where you might have felt like you weren't safe or secure. Or even with the weirdness that's happening in the world at the moment, which we really need to smudge out and clear the smoke of. Really, really do. And if you're very obviously here because you're consciously awake, I would say that it is about being very aware of the fact that there are, like, I mean, for God's sakes, people put up all these towers, these 5G towers, and you're not doing the appropriate things. Like, you need to be surrounded, every corner of your house needs to be surrounded by, like, what are they called? What are they called? Organites. These frequencies, they wreak havoc on people's natural brainwave frequencies. And if we're not cognizant, you're being deliberately forced into a lower frequency just because of neuroplasticity that will set in, and that will become your new identity. And all it takes is like getting a house plant, or getting an orgonite, or, you know, rearranging your furniture, that kind of stuff. Let's get really, this is all part of age in Aquarius. This is all part of Saturn in Aquarius. It's like being very aware of all of the intricacies or the little things, the outside of the box things. So see where it is that you can maybe get some more organite in your house. See where it is that you could wear organite, or what you can do to maybe lower some of the radiation frequencies around you. But anyway, that's me going off on a completely different tangent. Aquarius, it's natural journeys of evolution this month. And it's actively plugging out of low vibrational frequencies and seeing how you can flip the script on yourself, because you're that project that is totally worth it. But like I was saying, if you have been feeling in a place like this, be very conscious of any conflict that might be surrounding you at the time being, because it's juvenile, because it's unnecessary, because it just is so last year. We don't need to do that anymore. These full moons and these new moons in this particular cycle are going to bring out the leader in you and are going to ask you to take charge and be a bit more heady and be a bit more headstrong. So if you're asked to be heady and headstrong, see where it is that frequencies or frames of thought might be making weakness, might be manifesting weakness within you. If you can change that up, the possibility of dropping the coins or loosening your grip a little bit might become a little bit easier for you. And once you loosen the grip, you see that evolution, that you'll see that abundance naturally increase. The help arrives when you're open to it. Okay? Not limitation, possibilities. Open to help, you find it. Then redirect your energy, get back in the zone and work, Aquarius. Apply your focus and hard work and dedication to whatever this is, because by the end of Aries season, there you are, at least with a new place, a new direction, a new you. I think that's all I have, Aquarius. That's all I have. Yeah, just really need to emphasize where you sit, where you are in your head with this. What's going on? Make sure you are really focused on this Nine of Pentacles. It's going to be a big month. Aries season promises to be a big month for a lot of people, as long as we're all aware of the fact that it is the end of cycles. And so actively, we must all do what happens when certain cycle ends. Clean up the mess of the past, close the door on that, shut the coffin, whatever it is, and graciously step forward into the new. So graciously take cues with Aries season. These moons might be forcing you out of a comfort zone. But that's the only way evolution happens, right? So out of the comfort zone and into the age of Aquarius. That's so beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Remember, guys, one question, one card, 1111 at PayPal Ruby Reads Tarot if you want to question and book a reading. Visit www.rubyreadstarot.com. I shall catch you guys again soon. You're going to have an amazing month, Aquarius. Enjoy it. Take care now. Bye-bye.